Hi everyone, welcome to our tutorial. This is a sneak peek of how our avatar interacts with the virtual environment, including actions like following a patch, climbing a tree, and sitting down. You'll learn how to create these interactions in Unity and execute them in Spatial. The list you are seeing is what we are gonna introduce to you in the following video. So the first part is for a collaborative project setup. When working on a project with teammates, a good approach is to share a Google Drive folder. Everyone can update files there, ensuring everyone has permission to directly download files from the folder. And then the second step, opening files in Unity. There are two ways to open files. The first one is open from the file menu, and the second one is drag and drop the file directly into Unity. The resources we are using are purchased in advance from the Unity Asset Store, fully compatible with this version of Unity. Otherwise, there may be material errors in the files. Adding objects to the scene. We have various tree models. Just drag the desired tree model into the scene. To create a forest effect, use Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to duplicate trees. To add vegetation like onions, follow the same process. To delete an object, select it in the hierarchy and press delete. The left sidebar icons allow you to toggle visibility, lock, unlock objects. So locked objects cannot be selected. And for changing object materials, to change an object's color, double-click on it. To access its material, adjust various properties to achieve the desired look. For example, if making wood slightly orange, adjust the material's hue accordingly. If you want to scale an object uniformly, click on the chain icon to maintain aspect ratio while resizing. Align objects as needed. After building an object, put them in a folder to facilitate the subsequent movement. Currently, we are using assets from the Unity Asset Store, but other resources are also available. As long as the file format is compatible with Unity, such as FBX or OBJ, it can be imported. Now I'll show you how to create custom models in Rhino. So you can build models using software like Fusion 360, AutoCAD, or C4D, or Rhino. For this example, I prefer using Rhino. Here's how to make a street lamp. So the first one is draw a basic shape using lines and curves. Second step, create cylinders and offset them as needed. Third, apply chamfers to all sharp edges. Since most manufactured products have chamfered edges, use Boolean operations to cut shapes or join parts. So in the end, export the model as an FBX or OBJ file for Unity. It's already on the desktop. And then let's import this model to Unity. Let's drag the FBX from XBX file into Unity. If the model appears too small, scale it up. So for example, I'm gonna do it by a factor of 300. Apply materials by right-clicking and creating a new material, adjust transparency, reflections, and emission settings as needed. So for example, here, we can choose the model shape. When the shape is a light source, it will give you different scattering effects, and everything in our nature, they're all affected by hue. So for example, if there is skylight, we will add a little blue to it. We're importing Unity scene to Spatial. Once your Unity scene is ready, go to File and Build Settings. Select your target platform. WebGL is recommended. Click Add Open Scenes and make sure your scene is listed. Click Build and Run or Build to export your scene to a folder. Go to the Spatial website and log in to your account. Click Create a Space or choose an existing space to edit. Click Upload Environment, and then we need to adjust environment settings. Set up interaction triggers, lightings, and textures if needed. Test the scene to ensure elements and interactions work properly. And for ground attachment, add a mesh collider to your ground object in the inspector collider type to ground. To prevent objects from clipping through each other, make sure to check the box collider option in the inspector. If you want everyone in the scene to see the triggered event, start by creating a trigger event. Then in the inspector, check Unity event. Scene. Next, add a small sphere as a guide and assign it a material. Click Add, then drag the object you want to trigger. For example, the sphere into the event field. Set the call mode to runtime only, then choose the function Mesh Renderer enabled. Do not check the box below it. This way, when our avatar collides with the sphere, it will disappear. By creating many of these small spheres, you can form a path that guides users through the scene and encourages exploration. To keep things organized and easy to reuse, we're going to group the trigger event and the object I've named Point, which is used to draw the circular path into a single folder. Now simply duplicate and paste this folder as many times as needed, adjusting each object's position to shape your path. Let's make a tree climbable in Spatial. First, go to the Spatial Creator Toolkit and find the climbable prefab under the Spatial folder. Drag the climbable object into your scene. This prefab comes with an invisible cube that defines the climbable volume. Next, in the hierarchy, open the climbable object and select the cube inside. Now move and rotate the cube so it fits inside the tree you want to make climbable. It's okay if it disappears visually. It's meant to be hidden inside. Adjust the cube's scale so it matches the trunk or climbing area. This defines the space the player can grab and climb. Once the cube is aligned and scaled properly, your tree is now climbable. You are ready to transfer it to Spatial. Save your scene and publish it. In Spatial, players will now be able to climb the tree naturally, using the invisible volume we set. To make a chair in your scene suitable, let's start in the hierarchy. Under simple scene, expand the spatial object. Find the seat spot prefab. This is what tells Spatial where avatars can sit. Now drag the seat spot into your scene and place it on the chair you want to be seatable. Position the icon right on the seat, just above the cushion or surface. Rotate it so it faces forward, matching how you want the avatar to sit. Once the seat spot is in place, save your scene and export it into Spatial. Now in Spatial, walk your avatar up to the chair. Press Shift F and the avatar will smoothly sit down. Now let's add sound to a trigger. First, in the sample scene, find the trigger event. Create a new button and drag it to the spot where you want the sound to be triggered. Next, go to the audio folder and import the sound file you want to use. Then right-click on the hierarchy and select Create Empty to make a new empty game object. In the Inspector panel, click Add Components. Then search for and add the audio source component. Now drag your imported audio file into the audio clip field. Go back to the trigger event settings. Under the audio sources Unity event section, click the plus button. Drag the audio source you just set up into the event field, and from the drop-down list, choose play. This means the sound will only start playing when the avatar triggers the button. Similarly, in the exit event, add another event using the same audio source, and this time choose stop. This way, when the avatar exits the trigger area, the sound will stop. And that's it. You've now added sound to your trigger interaction. Thanks for watching. This project was created by Cuisiying and Peipei Duan. Narration by Peipei Duan. We hope this helped you start building your own world. See you next time.